disappears, everybody disappears, because it's not a story anymore, because now there's a backstory. So the only thing was that the Claire Byrne show wanted me on Monday or Tuesday. Obviously, you know, I would have been an interesting target, but I couldn't go because I was genuinely speaking at dinner in Cork, so they were going to fly me up from Cork or drive me up from Cork or whatever. I said, no, I can't do it, I can't do it. So then I watched the programme recorded when I come home, and they've got two weeping liberals on board. They've got Kitty Holland of the Irish Times, and they've got Eoin O'Riordan, Senator of the Labour Party, who you know, I'm expecting to be roasted, but not roasted at all, because of course the backstory is still there. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. What's the elephant in the studio? What's the question that must be asked? Is it asked? No. So now, if you're in the audience, if you're watching television, you don't know the single most important thing about this story. Why is television avoided? I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Did they funk it? Did they make a deal that we won't talk about this? I have no idea. But that was that. Now let's look at the role of the Minister for Health. The Minister for Health was the constituency TD who fought for the young boy. It's a terribly sad story. Young boy's in national school. He's been there with all his mates. He's playing the local Gaelic football team. It's very sad, right? He's an innocent victim of all this, right? And is taken up by the minister. But the minister then says on radio, he is Irish. He was born in Ireland. He should be allowed to stay. Is he Irish? No, he's not Irish. We, the people, in a referendum, changed the 27th Amendment of the Constitution, in which citizenship was not granted to children of non-citizens. Do you know what the percentage was? 80-20. 80% of us, the people, said we're not granting citizenship. So for the Minister for Health to say he is Irish, unchallenged, she said it on the radio, unchallenged. Now if George said it, exaggeration. If Michael Healy-Rae said it, hyperbole. But the Minister for Health cannot say it. A member of the Cabinet cannot say it, because he knows we voted for it. Now the second question is, did he know? Like Frances Fitzgerald lost her job because somebody said, did you read an email? Did you know? Did you know is a key question to ask any minister in Cabinet. Now but did anybody ask him, the Minister for Health, did you know? Now he's sitting there, well, not sitting next to him, but he's sitting cheek by jowl with the Minister for Defence, or the Minister for Justice, who's handling deportation. Is it conceivable that he can say, hey, Charlie, what's going on here? And that Charlie can say, well, listen, actually, there's a bit of backstory here. Is that conceivable? I don't know. I'm not making any allegations. I don't know. But am I entitled to know? That's the key question. Are we, the people, entitled to know? Are we entitled, because we own the radio and television station. We don't own the Irish Times. They can do whatever they like. But we own the radio and television. It's our money. It's our taxes. It's our license. We're entitled to ask. Did they ask? No. Now, to quote Deputy Coppinger, the minister has form. We know that there was an attempt to have him removed, a vote of confidence in Dáil, and he was kept there by the vote of Fianna Fáil sitting on their hands, because he told, if he didn't tell a porky pie, he certainly played around with the truth in relation to the Children's Hospital. Would he have survived in any other government since W.T. Cosgrave in 1922? No. But now he survives. And I find that worrying. Worrying in the extreme. That we have a government that would attempt to put together a propaganda outfit, because there is no other word to describe it. That we have a media that will publish without checking. and that we have a media that will not ask a question if the question happens to be difficult. So, where are we today? Well, I don't know about you, but I think I was the only media person who said Trump was going to win. Does that? Do I like Trump? No. It's a bit like saying I think Manchester City are going to win the Premiership. That doesn't mean that I support Manchester City. It's just a fact. Now, why did I think he was going to win? And why did, if you listened to your radio and read your newspaper, why would you have thought Hillary was going to win? Well, two reasons. They only went, and if you look at the map, the electoral map of America, it's been unchanged since Roosevelt. The two wings, the two coastal wings, vote Democrat. The centre votes Republican, in principle, right? So where did the Irish Times or the RTE go for their information? We're reporting from Washington, D.C. We're reporting from Boston, Massachusetts. We're reporting from New York City. Did they go to the people in houses in Detroit, the value of whom is now measured in hundreds rather than thousands? Did they go to the deserted steel towns of Pennsylvania? Did they go to Dubuque, Iowa, Lawrence, Kansas, Independence, Missouri? In a pig's eye, did they? So they had no idea what the bulk of the American people were thinking. The Democrats, on the other hand, put up the only candidate they could lose. The only candidate. They could have put up Bernie Sanders, Nancy Pelosi, they could have put up anybody. And they probably would have. So they put up Hillary, who's the only person who could lose. There are roughly 150 million in America, women, and Hillary probably tops the list as the most hated. In America, because there's another mistake here. We think that the Americans voted Trump as President of Ireland. They didn't. They voted Trump as President of America. And I don't care who the hell they voted for. He's their president. He's not our president. Now, we criticize Trump every single day. Imagine if the New York Times started criticizing Michael D. or Taoiseach Varadkar or anything. We'd be up in arms. How dare they? These are our people. We elected them. And yet we think it's okay. So therefore, what we also can't do is we can't differentiate, media-wise, between the man and the office. The President of the United States has done an extraordinary job economically. All the economic numbers in America are better now than they were under Obama. On the other hand, Sunday Times, 2 weeks ago, spent 3 pages telling us he cheats at golf. Do I care? I don't give a bugger. So therefore, the danger here is, there's a great phrase in Gaelic football from my Cork days, and it was called, don't play the man, play the ball. And that is currently what is happening. That media is broadcasting, writing what they believe without a contrary view. And it's impossible to have any discourse without a contrary view. For example, I certainly believed, almost since the election, that Putin won the election for Trump. I absolutely believed it. Every single day, the Russians were involved, and Trump was involved, and his son was involved, and his nephew was involved. They're all involved, the Russians, and I believed it, because it said it in the paper. And then, wait on the Mueller reports. Wait on the Mueller reports, now we have it. Mueller reports? No. So now, they're worried about him cheating at golf because they can't get him on the Russians. They got to go. Do I support him? Do I think Trump's a great guy? No, I don't. Do I like him? No, I don't. Is he preferable to Hillary? Absolutely. But I don't have the right to tell the Americans who they should have. Now, is our media fair?